All right, this is a tough question to answer. It comes from Alan Thrall, who has a great YouTube channel, Untamed Strength, on YouTube. He does this way better than me. So don't watch. You just stop watching my video and go watch this. They're better. He actually like puts like production value into it and has like a real camera and stuff instead of just bullshitting into a microphone, into a iPad on your balcony. He asks, who taught me everything I know? That's a tough question. He said, you know, as an athlete and as a business owner. And, of course, I learned the hard way in a lot of things in both aspects. And, but I learned a lot just from watching people that are successful already. That they're doing something that I want to do, and they seem to be succeeding at it. So you see what they do, and you maybe ask them some questions. And and a lot of that was spent on the internet. A lot of what I learned, as an athlete and coach and all that is just constantly watching what the people that are really good at stuff and how they did it right. Just watching YouTube videos, just researching. And there's a lot of people that were local around here that helped me out a lot as well. It's like Evan Hansman, Doug Carroll, Mark Sikora, all those people at like Team Big Sack back in the day. They were so helpful to beginners, and I just hope that I can kind of, and people like that were really positive in the sport are who I want to emulate and give back, because they never, it seemed like they cared more about you having a good time and finding your way and being, and finding success than they did their own. All those guys. And some other people not so much, but that's who they're the kind of people I want to do emulate. They taught me a lot. Of course, Robert Oberst and myself, we both kind of helped each other out in our own unique ways, training together. And most of the other stuff was just from just reading all this resources that are available. Like, the great thing about today is that there's so many, if you want to learn, you can. It's all up to you how much you want to put into it. So you just have to do that. And I'd read every single piece that would come out, about strength training and strongman, etc. And I watched every, if some amateur had a YouTube video and it had 15 views, that was probably 5 of them. I just watch everything and just consume information. And I think I learned a lot from Chad Wesley Smith and Juggernaut as well, especially when they being a part of Juggernaut, one of the Juggernaut athletes, one of the first ones. That really brought me into it really showed me what was possible and how to expand and how to put out good information and a good kind of way to as a business owner to emulate what they did and just kind of focus it from a wide scope of all things strength to just strongman, what I know, what I'm passionate about. And I think that's really important if you want to be a business owner, to not sway, even though it might, obviously, strongman is a very niche gym, and I don't have to tell Alan this because he's one of the only, it's a strongman gym. And there's not many of those. There's lots of gyms with strongman equipment. There's not many pure, we're a strongman gym. There's lots of CrossFit affiliates that have strongman equipment in the corner that they may or may not use. There's lots of gyms that run group classes or this, and then they kind of they use that to then store what they're passionate about. But in my opinion, don't sway from what you want to do. If what you like is strongman and people go, oh, well, that's too small of a market, then make it a fucking bigger market. That again, I'm getting sidetracked, but business, I don't think I think I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit about myself. I've kind of been wanting, I thought that there's some way I could transition from a job I hated into doing something I actually loved and was passionate about, and I've been working on that for years and years, and that's what people don't realize. They think, oh, you just started this thing and it happened. I'm like, no, I had an idea for a long time. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I was working towards that thing, and it just kind of happened. And I've been very lucky along the way, is that like I'll do something and people have just brought me great ideas, and they've lent their time and you know, to help me accomplish them, and it's just kind of snowballed and snowballed, and you learn by necessity. I've found I don't think I've had like all that many like definitely like no direct business mentors, but just again, it's the same thing. Like, I wanted to get good at, you know, if I want to get good at strongman, I see who's good at strongman, who I can, you know, relate to, and see what they do, and pay attention, and, you know, be open to learning new things. And the same thing with business. It's like, okay, this is a niche field, this kind of model works, you know, what are you going to do? And I think as far as business goes, it's like the whole reason of monetizing something is so I can still support, so that can support your core values and your core mission, which is making the world a stronger place by making the sport of strongman more accessible and growing it as well, and hopefully making it be everything I've wanted it to be, and doing my own small part to accomplish that, and have other people have the same kind of, you know, that like, I can't express like what competing in strongman has done for me. Just not like, oh, I had traps and, you know, jacked and tan and all that kind of bullshit, but in my fucking my brain, my mental side, what it's done for me. It, you know, it gave me, I was very shy, very introverted person. I still am, but it gave me that confidence to be myself. A lot of people, you go through this life and you're trying to, and I did this for a long time, and you're trying to project something into the world based on the people around you and what you think everyone wants you to be. And there's a point in my life where I stopped caring what people wanted me to be, or like, you know, and people will give you shit like, oh, you posted a picture of you shirtless or this and that. And like, who gives a fuck? If like, let's say my whole intention is I want people to go, God damn, he's jacked. I'm going to fucking put that out there, and people say that. Like, if that's what I want, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm going to make some sort of joke and it offends this person or that person, of course you want to be somewhat considerate of people's feelings, but it's what I enjoy, I'm going to do it. If I want, you know, like, just trying to, let me be myself by giving me the confidence and giving me some sort of positive affirmation on something that I liked, that you're able to get away from that like small mindset, and, you know, the couple people you grew up with who you might end up, you know, you get past what, like you evolve and you get past that and become a slightly different person, and you find your own people again. And like, that's what strongman gave me, is I found more people that were like me, and it let me be more of myself. And when I put stuff like out there, like strongman is for everyone, that's what I'm trying to say, is like, by going out, lifting a stone, everyone else thinks you're weird. Why would you do that? You show up to work and you got bruises all over your forearms, and, you know, like, you look like someone beat you up, and people just look at you weird, but you feel that accomplishment. And when you're lifting a heavy object like that, and it's something that you never thought you could do before, it gives you that sense of accomplishment that you can do all these other things in your life. And I think it's a very empowering movement. And it's way besides who the fuck is the best 175 in the world, or this or that, or I'm going to go with the Arnold. Like, that's not any of the stuff that mattered to me, you know, when I look back on stuff. Is that what mattered is I got to enjoy things that I like, and that's what life is. And I got to enjoy it with people that I found, you know, that I enjoy being with and meeting all these people. But, you know, and life is about experiences, and I'm not answering the question at all. But my point is that the whole, like, I don't really have business mentors, because my goal wasn't like get in this like, how am I going to make a lot of money? How am I going to do this? What I always thought is, I want to be able to do something that I'm passionate about, that by doing that, I feel like I'm giving something to the world that's making them passionate about something as well. Whether it's strongman or not, it doesn't. That it's just the thing I found, and I wanted to do it in a way where I wake up and I'm happy about what I get to do, and I feel like I'm accomplishing something, instead of feeling like I'm just some, I'm just like I'm going to a job, and I never feel any sort of accomplishment. And the only thing you get from it is some sort of paycheck every 2 weeks. And while you're at that job, I'm looking at other things to distract me from my current existence, which was watching YouTube videos of strongman and stuff. So how can I make what I'm trying to distract me from my current job, how can I make that my job? And how can I put out information to help other people get that same sort of fulfillment that I got from it? So it's never about money. It's never been about money, but you need some sort of monetization in order to accomplish that, to help more people. And I think there's a lot of great resources. I think I think I only say GTS because I'm one of their athletes. I was involved, and I saw it like progress from this thing to this juggernaut it is now. And there's a lot of other great resources. I listened to, and now I kind of learned trial by fire because I've made some horrible mistakes. When we talk about monetary mistakes, and all those, and like as a business owner, as my core fundamental values, I don't think I've made mistakes, because those are the same they were from day one, and they continue to be the same, as to provide information and hopefully inspiration on a subject that I'm passionate about. And that's why I think I plan to extend it to everything else I enjoy in life. But there's great resources I've learned about that. I think Barbell Business Podcast is good. Tim Ferriss has some great guests on his podcast. I listen to that all the time. There's some books I've read here and there, but I think I got really off the original point. But hopefully this mattered to someone.